Here, make a quick video and installing the Vortopt under sink water filtration system. I'm going to do kind of a quick review slash install, not quite an unboxing because I've already taken everything out of the box, but essentially I want to install this into my sink so that I have filtered water. I don't have to worry about a Brita. So I actually got this kit, and I'm going to install. Actually looks a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. I thought I was going to have to cut a bunch of pipe and add fittings, but we'll get to it in a second. But they do give you some fittings where there's no pipe cutting required. They do give you a nice little stainless steel faucet, so when you're done, you can actually turn on the filtered water, and they give you the unit. So the first thing I wanted to do was I wanted to actually take the unit and measure under my sink. I have a little bit of an unconventional setup here based on my top-load dishwasher. So your sink probably won't look like this, but I want to find a spot here where I can still close my cabinet, but I also wanted to be able to service the unit because the side here opens up. Try to do that one-handed. Opens up so that I can change the filters and keep it serviceable. Here's the 4-stage filtration system, and it just pops off this way. If it's in here, I can have everything hooked up, all the little, it's like 1/4-inch hose. I can have that all hooked up, and I can still open this up and change the filters without having to really empty my entire cabinet. So that's step one. All right, so this next little bit of hardware that comes in the kit's going to make all the difference in the next step. This is where I thought I was actually going to have to cut off the pipe and then put, find some sort of a T and sweat in. And so basically what they do is they give you this little T valve, which basically is going to go right between there's the supply line, and then there's the fitting that sends it up to the sink and out to the dishwasher. This is going to fit between those two fittings right there. And then what this is going to do, they also give you adapters depending upon the size of your supply lines. So if you have, I think this is for a 3/4-inch supply line, but if you have a 1/2 inch, you basically, you're going to put this one here on top, and I have to take a look at it, right? But basically if you have 3/4 or you have 1/2 inch, they've given you adapters, and they've all given you little O-rings so that you can make this fit. So I'm basically just going to take an adjustable, I'm not going to do this on camera, basically take an adjustable wrench, unscrew that. I've already turned off the water, I've already let the sink run, but I'm going to take that off there, then I'm going to get this guy on and then reattach it, and I'll come back. And then when we go to set that into the new fitting, it's going to be just basically a little compression fitting. This little nut here comes off here on the end. You're going to twist that off, and you're going to feed this here onto the end of the pipe. And then, you're going to see there's almost like this little barb here. You're going to press. Now, this is hard to kind of show you here on camera, but basically what's going to happen is you're going to press it onto that little barb, and then this bit's going to come down here and just tighten down, and that's going to expand the little thing. It's going to be a nice little compression fitting there. It's really hard to film when it's on there, so I'm filming it right now, and then I'm going to go do that on top of the water supply line. All right, so the next thing we're going to do here is we're going to install the faucet, and I kind of want to show you how all the pieces kind of line up. So this is threaded, so this is actually going to go onto the threaded stem here of the faucet itself. This is the finishing cap that comes with, that's going to slide on here. And then there's also a plastic seal, and then you've got this little plastic filler piece that goes inside over here. So this is going to slide up here. You're going to have the sink in between, and then this is going to screw up from the bottom. Now my sink already has the hole drilled, so I'm just going to pop that little plug out. But if you do not have this extra hole here, like I've got my faucet over here, I've got this extra auxiliary, you're going to have to drill a hole yourself in your own sink. And when you're done, it's going to look just like this. And I haven't turned this water supply line on, but that's going to be where you basically operate the faucet from. Now, after you get your faucet installed, you're going to have to do the next bit a little bit by feel. You're going to have this little coupler here that's going to slip onto the bottom over here. Basically what it is, it's a press fit on there. And then basically the other side, you're just going to press fit the piping in there so that it grabs. So there's a little lip on here that's going to grab inside the coupling there. And then the little teeth are going to grab into the... basically grab over this, but I can't really show this because this is going to be up here and behind. But again, you're going to kind of have to do this by feel, unless you can see it under your own sink. I can't. After we're pressed in, we're going to come down here, and this is just going to cut to length. We're going to remove this little rubber plug, and then we're just going to press fit into the unit itself, and that's going to go up, and that's going to feed the faucet. And they even labeled it out. On the input side, we're just going to do the same thing. You're going to remove the blue rubber plug, and then just press the hose. And we're just going to press the hose in there as well. After that's done, we're just going to run it over to the new fitting, and then we should be set. And this is what it's going to look like when it's finished. So you come here, you've got your supply line, and I've actually put it into the nozzle over here rather than
between here. So basically it comes in here into the valve, that's the dishwasher, that's the sink, and then that little T section goes between the valve and the supply line for the sink. And then there's the little compression fitting that I had to get on there. So that is gonna run over to the in on the filter. Then it's gonna run through the filter, come out the out, and then run up over to the faucet. And then after you get the water turned on, you'll get some soot that comes out of here, and then you'll have fresh water. The tools that I used on this job were the crescent wrench to do most of the fittings, a knife to cut the little plastic line, and then a screwdriver to pop off the knockout on the sink.